Hi, in this video I'm going to show you the basics of stranded knitting, also known as Fair Isle knitting, where we're holding one color in each hand to make a pretty stranded motif. So I've done my border in my main color. Now I'm going to add my contrast color. So I simply put my needle into the next stitch and leave a tail and just wrap the new stitch and pull the new color through. Now we're attached with both colors. I'm going to hold my main color in my right hand and my contrasting color in my left. I usually knit with my right hand. I'm going to tension the yarn with my left hand the same way I do with the right. Now this might be different for you. I would just encourage you to try different ways of holding the yarn. You can also just simply hold the yarn pinching in each hand. Okay, so in Fair Isle knitting you are knitting one row with only two colors. So I'm going to knit 3 of my contrasting color, the white, and then I'm going to knit 3 in the pink. And the number of stitches would just be determined by your pattern or your chart. So 3 and 3. Whenever I go into the next stitch to knit with my right hand, I push those stitches down on the needle so that the floats or the strands behind the work are very nice and loose. You don't want those floats to tighten up on you, because then the garment will be unwearable without any stretch to it. So whenever I think about it, especially when I use my right hand to do the stitch like this, put the needle in, slide these down, strand, a nice long strand. And it may seem big, but it's not. So now what happens if you have more than an inch worth of stitches in one color? I'm going to show you how to do that. So let's say if we wanted to have 6 pink stitches, we wouldn't want to carry our white yarn all the way across the back of the work. It makes the inside too taut. So you have to have a way of catching it. So I've done 3. I want 6 of them. So I'm going to do another one, put my needle in, and then with my left hand I'm going to lay that yarn between the needles backwards. Not the way I would knit it, but backwards over the back needle. Just lay this yarn right there. Then I'm going to wrap the real way with my real working yarn, take the white out, and then pull the pink only through. Now it's not quite trapped yet. Keep holding on to the knitting so that when you knit the next stitch, it traps that white behind the work. You've got that little trap right there. So let's do that a couple more times. I'm going to knit a couple with the white. Now let's knit 6 with the pink. 1, and I'm going to trap on the next stitch. So I'm going to go into the work, push these down, white backwards, pink forwards, take the white out of the way and pull only the pink through. The next stitch is what traps the white. Okay? So we've got a float and a little trap right there. So what happens if you want to do several of the other hand? So now we're going to do 6 in the pink, 6 in the white, and trap the right hand pink yarn. So push down, take your right hand yarn, wrap it around the needle like you're knitting. Now wrap the main yarn around like you're knitting, undo the color you don't want, and pull the white through. So we're trapped back there. We've trapped that pink. Alright, so let's do that a couple more times. So I'm just going to knit a couple pinks and then show you how to trap the pink when we want to do a long white. So push these down, knit a couple whites, and I'm going to trap the next stitch, go in, Wrap with the pink like you would knit, wrap with the white like you would knit, unwrap the pink and pull only the white through. Okay, now let's do a combination of both of those. So I'm going to knit 3 pinks with my right hand, and then I'm going to trap the white. So go in, backwards over the needle with the white, forwards with the pink, pull the pink through. All right, and you can see how I've got these floats back here. They're nice and loose. That's exactly how we want them, really loose. Now I'm going to do the white. Go in, push this away, do a few whites, and then I'm going to trap the pink. So go into the next stitch, wrap like you're knitting, wrap like you're knitting, unwrap the unwanted color, and pull the white through. Okay, this is fun, and it takes quite a bit of practice. You have to learn how you want to tension your yarn in each hand, but overall it's very fun and easy.